right now I feel like I'm still here through grief. So I don't know. I don't have a plan because I don't. As I said, I'm here through grief. I feel like I'm still here because I'm still grieving, and I still feel a connection to being here, or feel like I can't leave my family. It's a bit of fear too. Like I have a fear of something else happening to them and me not coming back for a year and missing out, basically. Up from early.
Every day. I probably do the whole circuit of Brumming. And it's this. Can you hear it? Yeah. Okay. Every day, same thing. Big Ito.
Ito's got a little cigarette in his thumb. I'm gonna lie to you. I would like to say that, but I don't.
So what go on now?
Go on.
Lily Wiltshire.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Been on the podcast, the main show. Sit down, have a bit of a more in-depth, reason, just get to know who you are and what you're about, basically.
Yeah, definitely. But first and foremost, I would like to say I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Not just because of the podcast.
I know what you're going to say.
Elaborate. What am I going to say? Go on, finish my sentence.
Coming off the main show.
Let me tell you why. It wasn't coming off the main show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go on.
It wasn't coming off the main show.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I felt like you needed to come off the main show. It was, I had a little bit more, not that I didn't have respect for you initially, but I had a lot of respect for you as a man because I felt like a lot of black men in England have like this scariness of being a simp.
Yeah.
And they don't understand when enough is enough or when it's not upsetting home. And like, I don't know. That's what made me want to come. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I was raw. Like, this guy actually cared about home first because you go home at the end of the day. Like, this is fun and you do your thing. Even if you're making a lot of bread from it at the end of the day, you still understood that if it's not making home happy, then it's not meant to happen.
I'm not even gonna act like, you know what it is as well, yeah? I'm gonna take what you're giving to me. But also though, like, it's still been 2 years, so I can't take all the applause because, I've had back and forth.
Of course, you've been cussed for a minute, but at least you knew when time was time.
Yeah.
Some men don't know when time is time.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they could be told, I don't like you even going to the club every weekend for years.
Yeah.
And they still don't stop it.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? They don't like a job you've had for years and they still, do you know what I mean?
I've had all them phases as well, though, man. I've had them phases.
Yeah, but I respect it. I'm proud of you. I
Thank
definitely
you, man.
respect it. I respect that.
I appreciate it, man.
As I said, a lot of men are scared to be like called a simp for their, and I don't think what you did is being a simp. That's what I consider a real man.
And that I have been called that though.
I saw a little meme. There was like a little meme. I think you reposted it.
Nah,
like it was like
I made that myself, man.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a running. It's just a running joke, man. I just want.
Okay.
You know what it is? More than anything, you gotta be able to laugh, man. So
of course.
You get what I'm saying? Like, especially when it's online. Like, it's one thing for people to know your business, but it's the next thing for people to take everything too seriously. You get me? Like, when I'm at home, then it's time to be serious, have serious conversations. But
That's true.
If I'm gonna put something out to the internet or online, I'm not gonna be giving you every single emotion. Like,
of course,
that's a bit silly for me to do that. But obviously, I don't mind people judging me in certain ways or thinking, "Oh, my man's this or that," because you don't know me. You get me? So more time, I'll just make a little joke and you get me?
Yeah. Okay, so going back to you saying online, do you take social media seriously when it comes to your woman?
Do I take it seriously when it comes to her in terms of...
Okay, so I'm going to give you a scenario. No, I'm going to give you a scenario. So, majority of, I'm going to say, when I lived in Atlanta and I worked in a club, I had to promote a lot of like strip club stuff. I had to be on the internet a lot. I had to get sections sold or like certain things with guys messaging me to do with the club. And it messed up a few of my relationships because it was like, they took social media way too seriously. Whether it be a meme I posted or like people messaging me, they took it like way too seriously.
Yeah. See, for me now, it depends on the intentions because it's basically like what you're saying there is a man seeing what you're posting and feeling certain ways, innit? But if you wanted him to feel a certain way, more time he's going to feel a certain way. But some people feel a certain way about everything. Now, in my situation, sometimes my girl wants me to feel a certain way, so you can get confused as to what message you're trying to send here. So now it's for me personally, I just stay away from it. I ain't want to know. I don't want to know. If I don't know,
you don't know what hurt you?
That's it.
Are you one of them guys like what you don't know what hurt you?
What? In terms of like
you're not going searching.
No. I'm definitely not searching.
Okay.
Definitely not searching. But I am gonna question why you doing things though. Like, what's the reason? Like, is it to get at me? Like, why are you doing that?
Was this for me?
Yeah.
Was this for me? So you're was this for me like, type of guy.
Why though? Just you know what I'm saying? And you answer, you're not gonna be able to answer because you know you're trying to reactions, you know what I'm saying? But I think like, back and forth, there's always gonna be things. But you know what? I used to do it too though. Mm-hmm. I used to put things on social media with my relationship that really I shouldn't be doing. And then even so, like remember when this whole Andrew Tate era came, and my man saying beer things, and it's like, yo, my man's right. You know what I'm saying?
You're reposting it.
But you see, when you're doing that, you're putting the wrong energy out there.
Very
you
true.
get what I'm saying? And then everyone's picking up that energy. You got people saying, yeah, and you're feeling like you got the right answers based off these
what someone else has said, and majority of the time, they're either really unhappy at home or their heart's broken.
Exactly.
And they're not in love and they don't have anyone that really loves them. And that's the reason why they're out here talking shit about females all day long. Yeah. Because I just don't understand where men get the energy, so much energy to talk shit about women.
Exactly. And that's the thing. But it's easy to be trapped within a 10-second clip.
That's true.
But when you're putting it back out to the universe, everyone's going to be agreeing with you. Now you're trapped in that mode now. And when you're trapped in that mode, you're going to carry that energy now. Now you're forcing these opinions onto other people, especially the gal them.
Facts.
You get what I'm trying to say? So what's being said in most of these meetings can be true, but you don't need to put it back out there.
Yeah, and it doesn't actually have to, like, even if you agree with it, you can agree with it for that one moment, but you don't have to implement it into your life.
There you go. And what it is as well is when you implement it into your life, everyone else is up for interpretation. So everyone else is going to take it in a different way, but say you're right.
That's true.
But now you're all running with this energy, but not for the same reasons.
That's so true.
Do you get it?
Yeah. Because it could come from a hurt place when someone posts it. Yeah. Another person could look up to you and be like, oh, yeah, that's what he thinks. Oh, so-and-so said this. That's really gospel, when really it's not.
That's what
gospel,
I'm saying.
And you don't even know why that person said it. And they may have took it back. They might not even feel that way.
No, exactly.
When they went home.
Exactly.
But they've already posted it, so you assume that that's like how they really, really feel in their everyday life, which isn't.
That's why I stopped altogether. Like, you won't even see me post them kind of things at all. Like, there's been times where I thought about it, like, I'm probably mad and thinking, yo, just seeing something and thinking, I'm relating to this, I want to post it. Nah, fuck that, I'm not posting it, fuck that, man.
Which is good.
Let me just keep that in.
That's good. That's good that you have that self-control, because I don't be having that self-control.
I
post anything I like.
A lot of people don't, but I was saying it to someone the other day, I'm saying, yo, even for the females, like, I swear down, it's like, these memes are just created to keep you all in the same place, even if it's like a positive one. Could be a positive, like, I don't know, like, you're some bad bitch or so, I don't know, like. But when you're posting it now, you're just giving yourself that false positive energy. That's and now you're rolling with that now. But then when you force that on someone else, them two energies are going to clash, you get me? Memes are the devil, man, trust me. Trust me.
Memes are the devil.
They're the devil, man, trust me. Even podcasts are. They're even worse.
Do you know what? To a certain extent, I feel like the bashing ones are.
Yeah. Nah, man. You have to put them all in the same category. I'm telling you.
Even the insightful ones, because I watch a lot of insightful ones.
Give me an example.
Okay, so an insightful one that I've watched recently. Might take me a moment, actually. You might be right.
But here's what I'm saying to you, though. Whatever that insightful one is.
It took a moment.
You're going to send it to someone else, and they're going to interpret it differently to how you did.
That's
depending on who you are. You might take that in a way.
Because it might be insightful for me.
Yeah, exactly.
But for somebody else, it's still bashing them.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I agree.
Trust me.
Yeah, they are. But at the same time...
Wait there. CS, what was that one the other day? We was having a whole argument. Yeah.
Oh. So fucking stupid post. Where is it now? Something about I have to do something by myself. I have to pick up myself. I have to do it all on my own. Something about a woman being strong, because they have to do it all on their own. It was certain...
Like having like masculine, like being masculine.
Yeah. Being proud of doing things on your own or something like that.
I don't want to do it by myself.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm trying to say. But that person is gonna keep themselves feeling like
that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said I don't want to do it by myself, because I understand where they're coming from, because they're like, okay, well, I did it by myself. Well, I haven't actually seen the meme, so I'm not gonna totally chime into it. Yeah. But like, I can kind of get the gist of it. It's like, okay, I'm proud of myself. I did it by myself. I don't need anyone. Basically, I can't believe I did it by myself. I don't need anyone. It's like, you're right. The mindset of that will make other women, if it was a woman, feel like we're meant to do it by ourselves. Especially people who idolize other women. I don't idolize no one, but I understand that other women who do. When you idolize someone, you're like, oh well, she did it by herself, so I should do it by myself. But help is always needed.
Yeah, 100%.
Help is always needed.
I don't need a man. Like, I can do
I don't need a man. Yeah.
What?
See, I was gonna. My answer. Sorry, go on. What was you gonna say?
Even if you, but let's just say there's a mean and it says you need someone. That's still someone else is going to interpret that differently and run with it in a different way, and you're all posting up these things and they're all up for interpretation.
You're right.
But it's the minute that you share it, that you're giving out the wrong energy to someone. Do you get it?
But I feel like everything does though. Like if you think about even holy books like the Bible, the Quran, like it's still like up for interpretation. Everything's up for interpretation.
You don't want to get me deep into
that. Okay, but for real though, come on, like okay. Let me give you an example.
Go on.
So, I was in an Uber the other day, and the Uber driver was Pakistani. He was a Muslim man. For some reason, we ended up talking about him having multiple wives. Yeah. And he was like selling me. I don't know why he was selling me because I'm a woman, but he was selling me for being Muslim, not knowing that my mom's Muslim or that I actually know about the religion. He was just like, oh, being Muslim's good. You can, one thing that women need to, he was Pakistani, so it wasn't really like saying it on like our same terms. You got to put, not saying because he's Pakistani, but you know what I mean? I had to put the words together. But basically what he was saying was, it's a good religion because you can have more than one wife. Yeah. My mom's Muslim, whenever she's interpreted that to me, it's been in the Quran, it says you can have more than one wife, but only if you can treat them equally. Basically. When I said that back to him, he was like, there's no possible way to treat multiple wives equally. And I'm like, so then that means you can't have 3 wives. Or more than 3 wives, because you can have as many, it doesn't just say 3. Do you get what I'm saying? So like a religion is interpreted in different ways. Basically, you got to be able to afford each one. Yeah. But also emotionally, it's not just money. Yeah. Emotionally, can you treat 3 women exactly like evenly the same? No, there's only 7 days in 1 week. No. If all of them want to be with you every night, you can't be with all of them every night. And all of them ain't wired to. And you might not like all 3 of them. Basically. You might have them for different reasons. Yeah. So then at that point, they're not treated equally, but the Quran says you can have them if you can treat them equally. Yeah. So some men have interpreted it in the way of, I can have as many wives as I want, not thinking about that part. They've left that part out. And how do you interpret it? That you can't treat women equally. Women are very complex. So can you have more than one wife? So it's like giving you an option with knowing you can't take the option. Yeah. Like I could tell you, there's 3 different ways to get back to your house today. Yeah, it might not be a good comparison, but there's 3 different ways to get back to your house today. They're all the same journey, but you might like one journey. One journey might be a hood way. One might be a smoother drive. Police might not be there. Might be a late night. There might be. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that doesn't mean you can take all 3. You're gonna pick a ride you'd rather go down, but the other ones is gonna be on a, convenience. I might be traffic on one way one day, so you go down the other one. But can you really you can't love? I don't feel like you can love 3 people equally. Definitely not here. You can't. Yeah, I don't feel like you can love people. Not here. People equally. When you say here, what do you mean? Like if I don't know. Like if your circumstances are differently. Like obviously, you've traveled. You're in America, so I don't know how things are over there. But obviously, when you go to other countries, like I just come from Egypt, and when you're over there, you're just seeing the man working. You get what I'm saying? Like I rarely see women doing much work. You get what I'm saying? The woman's at home, so like in them kind of places, how they view their men. And then how the good men view their women. Maybe as long as you are on the working relationship where this is looked after and you're looking after her as well. That might be enough. That's enough. What you're saying. Yeah, but in our world is what you're saying. In this world, it's not a chance. Yeah, it's full of memes. Facts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Full of memes, full of toxic stuff, full of. You spend 2 days with your mate, with one of them. The other one's gonna think she's the side. Then it's given. Yeah. That's true. You're right. That's definitely
Well,
true.
you definitely can't look. I don't know.
So do you feel like you can love someone and cheat? Because me and my brother had this conversation the other day, and it was with him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it was like real controversial, but it ended up ending, and I just agreed because I didn't want an argument for real. Not an argument, but I love my sis, and then I love my bro. So it's like I didn't want to make her feel like, what's the words? Like I'm condoning him cheating.
Yeah.
But like in my mind, I feel like you can love someone and sleep with someone else.
Yeah, of course. You definitely can.
You feel like you can?
I don't feel like sex and love are the same things.
Okay, me too. I agree.
Well, for a man anyway. I don't know about for a
But
woman.
but the thing is, I agree. So it's like, as a woman, you're saying not for a woman because you wouldn't want a woman to do that, right? So you feel like she won't have the mental capacity to just sleep with someone and still love a man?
Depend. You know what it is? There's going to be different circumstances for different people.
I'm asking you though.
Like
as a woman.
It depends on the environment you're growing up in, car. Like I says, when we've sat on this table, there's been a different type of women that sat on the table from different backgrounds.
So some women, you feel
and
like
some of these
can.
women are more like man that I know. You get what I'm saying? But they're not from where I'm from, so you get it. But the way that I've grown up and the way that I see certain women move, you know what I'm saying? The ones that you'd more want to be attracted to, for them to be with two men,
it's crazy.
That's already written in the book.
Oh, it's normal. It's normal.
Nah, that's not normal for you to want to love two men. That don't make no sense. If they do, you kind of, you know what I'm saying?
You're a slag.
Yeah, basically.
Which is bad.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
Because
I feel like just because I feel like I'm not saying that women can do what men can do.
Yeah.
Because I've been told that a million times by guys. Like, you can't do what a man does. Cool. I get that. I feel like I can do what a man does, but I get where you're coming from.
No, but you can though, something.
Yeah, I feel like I can, because I feel like it doesn't mean that I'm a slag because I was in love with somebody and I slept with somebody else. There's loads of reasons why people sleep with someone else. For men, it's not just because they want to cheat because they just want pom-pom. Yeah. Sometimes it's the woman might have just had a baby. She might be going through her own shit right now. She might not want to sleep with you. No, I'm not saying reasons to cheat, but I'm just saying reasons why they stray, innit? Like, we're human at the end of the day.
I feel like the only reason why a woman would stray is just not enough attention. I feel like women are just love attention.
I don't feel like that's necessarily true. I know a lot of women who don't want attention, but I know a lot of women who enjoy sex, though. And their man might not be able to give it to them the way how they want it at the time. So it's not about attention. It might actually be about the sexual act.
If their man can't give it them the way at the time and they go and get it from someone else, you're telling me they don't want attention?
That's not necessarily attention. That's like...
Your man's not giving you attention.
That's like you needing a spliff and going for a spliff. Like, some people coming to them is like a actual, like, they need it. Like, that's being serviced.
Yeah, but that's... Yeah, but there is women like that still. But would you say that's a majority?
No, I just said it's a possibility.
And there's men like that. There's men that need to get service too. You get what I'm saying? More so, I don't know.
Than women.
Yeah.
I believe it's more so than women, for sure.
I don't think a lot of women are like that need to get serviced. I feel like some women go through a period where it's like that. But when a woman's locked in, she should be locked in. You get it? If you're with a man that's not giving you it right, you got to question how you ended up in that situation. And I feel like in this era, loads of relationships come out of convenience rather than anything else. I don't think a lot of people know what love is.
That's true.
Because, recession, living conditions.
So you think it's all about money?
It's all about convenience.
But do you know what? Sometimes it's just... For women and men, I feel like sometimes people just want somebody to lay down with at the end of the night. It may not even have anything to do with sex. It's just they want that companion to feel like, especially with women. I feel like a lot of women are in relationships just because they just want someone.
Yeah, no, 100%.
They just want to say
attention.
they have someone. That's not attention. That's not necessarily attention.
It's a bit of attention.
You can walk on the road and get attention from 5 men, but you'd rather have one at home.
And then when you got that 5 man,
no, but some women don't want 5. Some women just want that one, so they want to be able to tell everybody else they have a man. They have a one man.
But they
somebody
still want
loves
the 5
them.
man to look.
No, not always.
Most of the time.
Not always.
Just most of the time.
So you think women are just ultimate attention seekers?
Yeah. Not in a bad way.
Not necessarily.
I feel like wanting attention, is a human trait anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why men want to buy like flash things or look a certain way. It's kind of just normal, isn't it? But for a woman, she'll want attention, but sometimes act like she don't want attention. So it's very confusing. Do you get it? And then in that instance there, if you're talking about a woman that has a man, if you're talking about you have a woman that has a man and my man's not pleasing, he's not pleasing her properly, so she'll go to somewhere else. How does that happen?
Because you wasn't being pleased at home.
So how did you get with my man then? What did you get with him for then?
It's for him to please you.
Yeah, but how have you not communicated that this is dead?
Sometimes people communicate.
And
Sometimes people communicate and men don't reciprocate it well. A lot of men are not reciprocating. Okay, for example, you're not doing what you're meant to be doing, because it's not. That is a very harsh thing to say to somebody. So if they're like, you can tell someone, okay, well, you know, that wasn't that great, or you didn't do this for me that time. Men just feel like, okay, well, I came. It is what it is.
Boy, I don't even know how to answer them kind of questions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yo,
yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And hold on, we ain't meant to be talking about that type of shit anyway.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, let's come up with that.
Though.
Let's come up with that subject for sure.
Just to think that, just to even think that, there's gal out there that she's telling you this is kind of dead. She's going somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's like a murderer moment.
That's actually happening.
Yeah.
That's the majority of the time when men get violent, though. That is the time.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon men are violent way before that.
No, I feel like they're violent when their pride is hit, when their sense of man is hit by a woman. I feel like that's the time when they start like to, how do I, not necessarily always be abusive, but just kind of like try and degrade you because they feel like they have been targeted for something that they can't do.
All right. One thing that women will always say is what they want out of a man.
Fact.
What is it?
For me personally, is stability.
Yeah, you're just trying to think outside the box.
It's the mind stability.
Most of them say loyalty.
Oh, I don't want loyalty.
Nah, but that's what most women will say.
I want loyalty, don't get me wrong. But if you was to ask me one thing, stability. I want stability. Like, okay, the reason why I'm saying I want loyalty, but loyalty to everybody is different things.
But that's what I'm trying to say,
I don't think by my man cheating on me is not loyal. And a lot of women will disagree. Yeah. Most women will disagree with me. They're going to say, a man cheating, that's disloyal. For him to go and lay down with another woman, for him to even talk to another, that's not if I'm stable and I'm happy, I'm not going and searching for where else your penis is. I'm going to be honest, I'm not.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Because I feel like man is always going to be man.
But that's what I'm saying though. But women will say they want loyalty. But my man that's got a job in Tesco's is loyal though. You don't want him. The man in Tesco's the worst. Sleeping with his Tesco workers. What are you talking about? Man in Tesco's the worst. Man in Tesco's the grimiest. Nah, but you get what I'm saying. Man in Tesco has nothing to lose. There's a guy there. I'm going 50-50 with man in Tesco. There's a guy out there, that will be loyal. There's 100,000. But you can't say just the man in Tesco because they're the ones, the security guards in Bullring was the first ones to be trying to look at me. All right, they're not. Yeah, they were the first ones. The security man probably got a wife and kids at home. The first ones straight. They're out there looking for gal. That's why they got the job. All right, then. Not the Tesco geezer, but you know what I'm saying, man. There's a geezer that's probably chasing you in your DMs, and you know that he's ready. Nah, they're not even loyal. That's my point. You're in people's DMs. Yeah? You can't even. There's certain type of men. Yeah. Who actually love someone and are willing to take that leap into being like, I'm going to be loyal to you and you know what you're going to get back. Do you get what I'm saying? It is what it is. There's just, you can't put it by how much money they make. There's millionaire guys that are more loyal than a nigga that will work in Tesco. Do you get what I'm saying? So like we can't go by their money. You just have to go by the individual themselves. Sometimes how they were raised. Sometimes just their mindset or where they are in their life at that time. Because somebody can be a dog up until 30 and then be like, okay, I'm 30 now. I don't want to do this no more. I've had my fun. And then be the loyalist person to the doggest girl that they ended up getting with at 30. 100, do you get what I'm saying? So it's just, I feel like it's up to the individual at the time or where they are in their life at that time. But obviously that's your interpretation and that's a good one. You know what I'm saying? Same wavelengths kind of. Oh my, Love Island. That's the worst show, bro. Oh, Love Island. Yeah, like Which one? Love Island. I don't even watch Love Island, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even watch Love Island. There's a little white geezer in there. He's blonde. He's just chasing down every girl, but my man will be loyal to all of them. You get what I'm saying?
Okay,
And
so
no
what
one
do you,
don't
so
want
what do
him.
you consider loyal to all of them? Like, cause he ain't actually bagged one for real.
Yeah, he's begging to get in.
Yeah, he ain't
in a
got one though.
situation.
Once he gets one, it's different. You know how much? Let me tell you something. I said this the other day. So there was this guy, yeah, that was trying to date me at one point, and he kept trying, and it just didn't work out for us to end up ever going on a date, yeah. And
but whilst he's trying,
once it got to too far, I was like, I'm never seeing him. No, it didn't have nothing to do. It didn't have nothing to do with that. It just didn't work out for me to meet up with him, yeah. And in that time, I was like, I'm never gonna meet up with this guy anymore because it's gone too long. Yeah. And at that point is when he's gonna flip the script and turn it around on me. That guy from Love Island, he might be loving all of them. As soon as one girl starts loving him back, watch what happens.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
He's gonna dog her. That's just normal. That happens every time. Soon as a guy runs you down, this is a rule for females. If they don't know it, I want you guys to listen to this. If a guy is running you down too much and he starts complaining about how you was meant to link me last week and you didn't, and you still ain't giving him no pum pum, don't give him no pum pum. Soon as you give him some pum pum, the nigga's gonna want revenge. He's gonna be like, oh, okay, she liked this and you was playing with me this whole time. Bet I'm playing with you, and he's gonna play with you. I promise you, on everything I love. That guy on Love Island's acting like he likes. Am I wrong?
That's true. It's true. Yeah.
When you run a girl down too much, and then it's like, okay, at one point you want to give up, but you're like, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying because I feel like I'm close. Soon as you get close and you get what you want, the girl ends up being embarrassed in the end. And that's the guy in Love Island. He's trying to love all of them. Yeah, soon the one girl or one of them double back. He's gonna play her. Watch him play her. What's his name? I'm gonna watch it so I can show you.
She's trying to control the narrative, but it can work. It can work in two ways though, because one of them can realize that my man just wants me, so I'm just gonna use him now, and I'm gonna run him dry for whatever he's got. Yeah. That's also what can happen.
You're right. So, you're right. I'm not going against what you said. You're right. You're definitely right.
You tried to control the narrative a bit more.
No, I didn't. Don't try.
You almost got me.
You was there. You was listening. You was tuned in. You was tuned in.
You get what I'm saying? But
you was tuned in.
Go back to the whole Jews American thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. So there was a point I actually wanted to make. So I see like a lot of girls nowadays. I don't know if it's like I actually know a few people that have been like on Hinge and linked like American guys, and I know a lot of English guys who only say they only date American girls, and there's a lot of American girls who only want to go. London girls or English girls who only want to go for like American guys, but it's like they don't actually realize like what comes with it. Yeah. Like you can watch these shows, you can watch BMF, you can watch Snowfall, you can watch like them little shows and think, okay, yeah, these guys are cool. But have you been there and have you been with a guy that's actually in the streets to really know what really comes with it? Like, it's cool to say you like a guy that has a gun or you like a guy that's on that type of life, but...
Yo, those American niggas look like they're putting the burner in your mouth. And you put the barrel in there and say, yo, behave yourself.
I'm coming from a place of love, ladies, but I definitely have experienced that. Yeah. Not necessarily a gun in my mouth, but I've been gun bucked before. I've had a guy try and shoot out my house, tell my child to duck.
What? Wild. For what reason though?
I didn't want to be with him anymore.
You do seem a bit toxic.
I didn't want to be with him no more.
But why didn't you want to be with him no more?
I worked in a club, and he was very insecure. He had a right to be, not because I was doing anything wrong, but because...
He was getting attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not because I wanted to. I had to sell sections that came with so the club I worked in, it was a strip club, It was called The Laws in Atlanta. And in order for you to work there, I'm gonna be honest, you have to be like a bad bitch. I'm not even gonna lie. Like they have lines around the corner for people to work there. And when I worked there, the club had just opened, and I knew some of the owners. They were Ethiopian, and they hired me because I knew them already. And I used to mess with this rapper, and they knew me already. So it helped rapper. Me get a
name,
not naming, but off camera. Anyway, an Atlanta rapper, and that helped me get in the door because they knew I would have people to be able to bring to the club, and that worked in my favor. Anytime that rapper came, anyone else he knew, I could sell sections and I could make them money. Yeah. In order to do that, I have to post. Yeah. In order to do that, you have to have a certain amount of followers. In order to do that, you're going to have people calling your phone. So where it got toxic was, I remember it was this time I had sold a section to a guy, and this, you know, like the sofas in the section, one of the girls he was with dropped their phone.
Yeah.
So I've already got home. It's like 4:30. The guys called me and I'm with my man.
Okay.
And he's like, yo, and I'm like, hey, da, da, da. He's like, oh yeah, my one of the girls I was with dropped her phone in the section. Can you see? I'm like, the club's closed. He could hear the conversation, but it didn't go left. It wasn't like he was trying to chat to me or none of that. He was just like, can you call them? Da, da. I was like, I'll call you back. My man at the time had a problem with the fact that, why is he calling you? But he has to call me. That's how you book the section. He's not booking it through the club. You don't call the club. You call the waitress and you book a section through her. You know what section she's going to be at. You want her to be the one to serve you. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's how it got toxic. And he was just a little crazy. He was a little tapped.
See, I don't know.
Because that very night, okay, do you want me to give you an example? So that very night, after I've got on the phone, he literally, that was the first time I've ever been knocked out in my life. Like, literally took my head, hit off the side of the cabinet. I ended up on the floor and I was like, I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I literally was like knocked out.
Yeah.
And nobody in my whole entire life had ever done that to me. All because somebody called me from the club. So it's not giving I was toxic. Yeah. Obviously, I argued about it. I was like, rah, that's my job. That's how I make my bread.
It's a tricky one though, man, because it just depends on how long was you doing it for?
4 years.
And how long before it started becoming a problem?
I was only with him for 1.5 years of it. And I wasn't working in the club when I met him. So I feel like that's where it went, yeah. So, I wasn't working in the club.
I don't know though, man, because I don't know. Everyone's different.
And I felt like I'm not a dancer.
Yeah.
So, yes, I have to flirt with
But
guys.
that could be even worse though. The fact that you're not. Because it's like, yo, what is she doing then? You get what I'm saying? Like, and obviously you're going to be surrounded by hungry men. And obviously you're going to be looking a certain way.
Yeah.
Certain men don't even want the dancers. They're going to want...
Majority of the time, they want the girl that doesn't have a pom-pom on show.
All right then.
Because them girls is busting it open and I'm like the fake prestige
So now when my man's phoning, it's not even... You know what it is for a man? It's not even about what you're doing. It's about what my man's prepared to do to get you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
but that's still insecurity.
Yeah, but
that's insecurity. I'm going to be honest. Let me tell you something right now.
But what I'm saying is, if a man's prepared to do the right things to get you, he feels he's going to get you. But that man will know that though. You get it? And then you'll start being secretive with things that this man's doing. But he knows how to work.
But where would the man have the space to be able to do that? Because that man didn't have the space. I had a man. Like if
he'll make that space.
No, the space was never made.
But he'll make it.
He's a customer.
But he'll make the space.
Not always. It depends.
So you're telling me you've never been in a situation where a man's played his cards right and you shouldn't even be in the situation?
Not a customer. I never dealt with nobody at work.
Forget the cost.
He played his card right and he ended up being able to wheel his way into my life. Yeah, definitely.
But there you go then.
It was consistency.
So there you go then. So when my man's phoning at 3:00, he's probably not even thinking about what you're doing. He's thinking, yo.
Is that my fault?
It's not your fault, but obviously it's just a situation that it is, isn't it? Yeah. From there, it's going to be mind games. And obviously,
some men can't take it. I feel like that's a you problem.
Probably is.
It's a you problem.
Probably is.
Because I'm going to be honest, me as a woman, I'm secure within myself.
Yeah.
If I'm dealing with you and you want someone else, go be with them.
Obviously, after that situation, like I said, everyone handles things differently, innit? So I feel like everyone's going to feel insecurity in it. That's just a given. But how you handle it after that is the next step to where you're going, innit?
Facts. And American guys are mad.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to be the one to
English
gunbuck you.
I feel like I like
English guys not gunbucking me.
Yeah, not that far. Well, not that far, most of them. But I'm saying the point that I'm making is obviously some people attach themselves to a relationship in a toxic way where they feel that you need to be punished for things that you may have not done or not done. You get what I'm saying?
Don't you feel like that's human nature though? That's human nature. Like, for example, you do
I'm
something
a person
fucked
that
up
would just question
to me.
it.
Okay, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So in that instance, I say, yo, why is my man phoning? Why? And you're going to say, oh, whatever. I'm going to probably for like the next 2 hours, look how you're moving and see if there's any change. And then I'm going to be asking you about that change. You get it? Then other than that, is what it is. You get what I'm saying? But some people are going to act on impulse. Like they don't know how to handle their emotions or their actions. But a woman's the same thing though, because if a woman phones a man's phone, don't matter what that reason is, you're probably gonna go ape shit if you hear an ex-woman phone on your man's phone for the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really I'm more a walk away.
Yeah.
I'm really a walk
So you're gonna
away
walk
type
away
person.
from a call that you don't know what it is.
No, I'm saying at the point where I feel like it's affecting my mental health. Like
Yeah.
at the point where I feel like I'm going to be outside someone's house telling them I'm going to shoot up their house and tell their child to duck. At that point, I'm walking away.
So are you saying that
Like
America is not something to look up to or not something to want?
American men are not something to look up to always.
American
Especially
hood
street
men.
guys,
Yeah.
hood guys. I'm not saying just American men in general, but American hood guys is not something to look up to.
So you'd say that English is better
Hood guys?
from what you know?
I don't really deal with hood guys in England, but before
You deal with the American hood guys that you don't want?
Yeah, but I learned that. That was
Yeah.
a learning phase. I moved there, innit? I never really had a choice. Like, I dealt with London hood guys before I left, and it was still pretty much toxic. I'm just saying, like, don't think the grass is greener on the other side to the women. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, the grass ain't always greener. Like, that actually
women?
comes with a lot more. What do you mean?
What about the women? What are they like?
To be honest, they are really, really ruthless.
So
I learned a lot. Like, me living in America, I actually felt very isolated when it came to women at first because their way of thinking is just like so much different from English women. Like,
I feel like
English
it's all
women,
about the money. Like if you ain't got the money, don't talk to me.
And with friendships too, it's like, I don't know if you guys ever heard about this girl from Dallas. Yeah, she must have. I can't remember what her name is. I think her name is something Banks, some rapper girl, and she must have been cussing and like the girls that was trying to come in her section one time. I don't even want to say quote word for word, but she was just basically like, I only want bad bitches around me. I don't want no, like, they act like, I actually know females that would not want anyone around them that's not of their like caliber.
On wickedness.
Yeah, like on their caliber, on looks wise. It's real ruthless when you're in relationships too, like, or situationships, I should say. Like, okay, let me give you an example. So here, for example, if I tell a girl I'm dealing with a guy, unless she's a real bitch or she's got some type of vendetta against me, she's gonna be like, I'm not dealing with him, or even if he tries her, she might tell me, you know, that's kind of like how I was raised. Like that's something you do, or the girl's gonna be rude to the guy. Like if you're my friend, for real, like we actually friends. You know where I stay, we're friends for real. The girl will be like, no, you know your little friend tried to talk to me. Even if she's trying to be funny, she's gonna tell you, innit?
Yeah.
Like, not I don't know. American girls are not necessarily always like that. If he's got some money, she might just do it anyway, and make the money from it, and come back and tell you and be like, he wasn't your nigga anyway.
And just tell you raw like that.
That wasn't your nigga. He wasn't your man. You told me that wasn't your man.
I don't know. I don't know if I prefer that though. You know.
And I'm not saying that it's not better.
It's
I
like
actually appreciated it.
It's more upfront. Honest,
yeah, I appreciated
it. The females here.
I appreciate, but it hurts your feelings though. It hurts your feelings.
But either way, you're gonna get.
But what you don't know what hurt you. We said this earlier.
Either way, you're gonna get your feelings hurt, and either way, you're going for the wrong type of guy anyway.
That's true.
Most of the time.
I agree, and I would like to know, but at the same time, when it's your friend, it does kind of make you feel some type of way, like.
But she just made you know what it is, innit? Like, yo, my man's not loyal to you.
I feel you.
As long as you know that.
I feel you. I have a homeboy. He was from North Carolina.
So
he
did
said
someone do that to you though?
I just know people it's happened to. No one's actually done it.
No one ever done it to you.
Not while I was dealing with the guy.
Okay.
After.
So you remember that?
No, never. I still had the English way of thinking, and I still would get my feelings hurt if it, as I said, it's happened to me like after I stopped talking to the man, and it still hurt my feelings because that was one of my favorite guys. Like I liked him, I loved that guy. So I was like raw, like.
That's not the one you was married to, is it?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't know if I actually really loved him, to be honest.
No. Did he cheat on you?
No, not that I know of. I never found out about it. No. But there was other things he did. Like, okay, so imagine I've moved to another country.
I just want to know if he watched the other episode.
I think he might have.
Yeah.
I think he may have. We actually haven't had a conversation since then, and I posted it on my page.
But you're still married?
No, I'm divorced now.
Are you divorced?
I got divorced. Yeah, I got divorced. We was married for like 10 years, but we got divorced.
Same.
But there was a lot of other stuff that happened. It took time to lead up to that. It wasn't like initially. It was, I feel like I moved to America And I married the first guy that offered it to me. I should have waited, if I'm honest, because there was a lot more high caliber guys that I was trying after. But I took the first guy that came, if I'm honest.
Wicked.
You think that's wicked?
Yeah, because you've already tiered everything. Like,
no, but I'm grown and I'm looking
when you
back.
was with my man, you was like, ooh, but really, I should have had that. You get what I'm saying?
After him doing me
Like
dirty though.
after him doing me dirty.
After him doing me dirty. I was innocent around that time. You don't have to cheat on someone to really hurt them. What he did to me was I was isolated.
Yeah.
I was in Fort Worth, Texas by myself, no family, and he took advantage of that.
In terms of?
Okay, I had no friends.
No, okay, yeah.
He lied to me initially. He lied to me initially. Imagine this. I've met him. I don't know American culture at the time. I've met him through his next door neighbor. His next door neighbor has introduced me to him as bro. I don't know that culture. Let's be honest. In England, we don't really do that. I'm not going to go and introduce you to bro and I'm fucking you. I'm not. Is this
a girl?
A girl.
Okay.
It was a girl that introduced me. It was his next door neighbor. I was working with her like under the table at the time, and she took me out to the first party that I had been to. I was only staying for the first 3 months. My mum had lived there at the time, so I was just staying for the 90 days. You know, you get a little 90-day visa. I was like, why not? Got a little job, cash in hand. I was like, fuck it, I'll work. She introduced me to him. Went to after party with her. Introduced me to him. This is bro. I'm thinking, okay, it's bro. Didn't even really like him initially, but he was like, I think he wanted me to like talk on a song, I think, or some shit like that. So I was like, okay, cool. So he calls me up. We end up talking. We end up dating. Later on down the line, he hates this girl. I don't understand why he hated her. This is before we're married. Didn't know this, yeah? She's lied, he's lied.
Just clarting the hell out of her.
After we've got married, I found out he had already fucked this girl. He took her virginity and they had fucked recently.
Okay.
Before we got married, apparently, but that happened. That was the only part of infidelity. But after that, it was like, you already tricked me into, no, I didn't beat her up. No.
Didn't do nothing to her.
Didn't do nothing. I just felt like you lied to me, but he told me the truth. She didn't tell me, he told me. And I just said, you're weird. Why wouldn't you have told me? She was like, I didn't know you was going to marry him. That was how, fair dues.
And did you take that to heart?
Nah, I didn't. She was right. She told me not to marry him.
Okay.
She didn't tell me why though.
Just because of that though? Is that the only reason?
No, there was more. I'm just saying that was like a first. This is, now we've got married. That's the first step. Second step was, he used to take a lot of syrup. And that, I didn't understand like the drug culture in America at the time. And that affects like, you can't, to be in a relationship with someone that's like slow, you're making me promises you can't keep. I'm isolated here, I'm not driving, I don't have my license here, I don't have my visa to be able to work. It was like a lot of like, I see a lot of Jamaican people be like trying to move to like America and England, and I see like women manipulating them and taking advantage of them once they get there because they may have dogged them initially. But it's like people don't realize when you're waiting for your visa, you cannot do anything. And in that time, I was not sleeping with no one else. I wasn't entertaining no other men. He had passwords to phones, all of that. Remember, I only got English people. I don't even know no one here. I'm super loyal by default, if you want to say that. But I was giving my all, and I feel like I was taken for an idiot.
So is that the reason why you went to Yard? Yeah, and done whatever you're doing?
Yeah. It was a trip. It was a trip, and I met someone I actually really liked.
But all of them things that you was feeling there
already added to it.
Just
it wasn't like that.
Easier.
I wanted to exit. At that time, but I had already been trapped. I had already been put in the situation. And yeah, I could have left. I could have came home, but it was just like I had a lot going before I left. My boyfriend that I was with in England, he had gone to jail. He ended up getting deported. So it was like I had a lot. Like once I had decided to stay there and marry this man, and I realized this man isn't it now. Coming back, it was a lot of pride. Like, come back to England now and be like even now me moving back is like a lot. People don't really understand it. They're like, why would you move back? What happened? Like, why would you want to be here? Here's shit. If I was you, I would go back. But it's like, you don't understand my life. You don't understand what I've been through. Like, the one of the main reasons why I decided to move back here was my mental health. Like, my mental health was fucked. Like, being in a country with nobody, I can't even just go to like another state and decide, okay, I'm going to go see an auntie. I have no one there.
I think even like going to a different country on your own is mad, but just going to America, that's like, that's a big, loud country. So like if you're left on your own, I don't know, I ain't experienced it myself, but to say that I was just gonna go and move to America, like I don't know, man. You'd have to mentally prepare
Yeah,
yourself
and I didn't.
more than
I was young.
more than anywhere else. If you was moving to Spain, you might go see some English people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Go
Like
on.
I had people come, like in America, the part of America I moved to in Texas. Yeah, there's like they ride horses around there. Like it's Fort
That
Worth,
proper
Texas.
Django kind of
Not
thing.
really Django, but it's still like mad.
mad
Like
Texas,
I
yeah.
go to the fucking like just like okay, CVS is like going to Superdrug. You go to Superdrug, they're like, oh, where are you from? Oh, you from London? Like I'm just trying to buy these pads right now or time, but I don't want to have a whole fucking conversation with you.
Yeah.
Oh, you ever been to the Eiffel Tower? I'm like, that's not even in England.
Yeah.
Like they're very uneducated with it, and it just like. I felt really, really, really isolated.
Is it like Miami? Because they say in Miami, the American guys, I've seen like videos where they're talking about American guys are like proper forward, like they grab you and...
To a certain extent. In Miami, you can go like on the strip. So if you're on the strip, of course, the guys that are on the strip are looking for gal. So if you go on the strip, that's where Miami Beach is. So of course, you're going to find man out there. There's man from all different parts. If I'm honest, on the strip, you're not even finding Miami man. That could be a man from Mississippi that's come out there for the trip just like you are and is looking for gal. It's like, it gives like when people say, it's holiday vibes. So that's why you're getting dragged. But the everyday guy is not just coming up to you and dragging you. No. Definitely not. But it, like in Atlanta, I got that. It was like very aggressive.
Swear down.
Yeah, men are definitely aggressive with them trying to talk to you if you're on the road. It depending on, as I said, street niggas, innit? It depends.
So you've just done the full American tour then. And what you say, you're back now though?
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah.
And what's the plan?
All right. So I don't really have a plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. My reasoning for coming back was wanting to be with my family because when my brother passed away, I wasn't planning on moving back straight away. But like being around my family and stuff, I realized how much I missed. And no matter how many friends I made and sisters I made or people I'm really close with that I would consider as my family in America, none of them will have my heart like the people I grew up with or my actual family. Do you get what I'm saying? So some of them, don't get me wrong, I've got a couple of sisters in Fort Worth I love, but and Atlanta, but I don't know. It hurt my heart to see like so much things that I missed from my brother's life that I wouldn't want the same thing to happen with my mum or my other brother. That right now I feel like I'm still here through grief. So I don't know. I don't have a plan because I don't. As I said, I'm here through grief. I feel like I'm still here because I'm still grieving and I still feel a connection to being here or feel like I can't leave my family. It's a bit of fear too. Like I have a fear of something else happening to them and me not coming back for a year and missing out basically.
So you're in the right place then. You need to get on the podcasting properly, car. Like I says, the one and two things that you've done and even just the way you talk.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. Even just the way you talk and carry yourself, like.
Thank you.
This is your lane. You get me? But you have to be more consistent, though.
Yeah,
we
facts.
need to see more.
I know. I do. Sorry, I'm emotional because I feel like this has been weighing on my heart anyway. You asking me if I have a plan. Like, I've always had a plan. Like, even when I was in America and I was in Fort Worth and I decided I was going to move to Atlanta, I had a plan. I went with a job. I went with already having my place set up. I went with everything. Like, here, it's like, I'm going to be honest, even though it's home and I feel like less anxiety here, I still, like, don't know really what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make shit shake. I always make shit shake, though. Like, that's my nickname in my family. I always like make shit shake. I'm Mrs. Make Shit Shake. I always make things happen for me and I'm never gonna lose. But it's just like not really knowing like what I want other than to be around my family is like a little crazy still. I'm not gonna lie, because I've always been one with goals and aspirations in life. And I want things, don't get me wrong, but like I've only just got back to that place where I want things. I can say like last year, I didn't actually really care. So that's how I ended up here. It was kind of like I put my stuff in storage in Atlanta, gave up my place and was just like, I'm going to be in London. Like I spent a lot more time here than I was meant to. And it was just like, now I had the connection to being here and I'm like, I have to be here now. But is this really, really what I want? I can honestly say I don't know. I do love America, but there was like, now because of me being here and this moment that I'm going through, I feel like I'm just making excuses not to be in America. Like I'm finding all the negatives. But I don't know how I feel in a year.
You just have to take time, man.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel in a year. Like I would say like my mental's not all the way there. I've suppressed a lot of like feelings and shit that I've been through. Like three people I knew died last year. And then that was really actually close to. One I lived with, my other homeboy, and then my brother. And then just before that, the ex I was talking about that knocked me out, he actually died.
Okay.
Yeah, he died
recently.
He died the year before, so no, to the end of 2022, he died. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really that sad, but then after him dying, 3 people I actually really, really cared about passed away. And I don't know, I had never, no one, my grandparents are still, well, one of my granddads died, I wasn't close to him, but no, like my grandparents were still alive. I've never had like anyone really, really close to me pass away. And I always wasn't scared of death and thought that, I never really fathomed death or grief. So like, I don't know, it was mad. Like I felt like I was going mad. I went to the hospital, I went to the doctors. Tablets. That's all they offered me. Took one, felt like I was going mad. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, that's all they offered me. The doctor, I was sitting there in front of this lady telling her I want to be sectioned, bro. Like I said to her, I don't know what I want to do. I feel mad. I sat in front of this doctor and I said to her, I feel mad, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm hearing my brother screaming through my window. Like, I was on the phone to him when he passed away, so, like, I could hear, like, the screaming from the phone call. Like, I'm having, not hallucinations, I'm not seeing shit, but, like, screaming. This the lady got up and was like, oh, is it kind of cold in here?
Yeah.
Closed the window. Like, I know you're not meant to be, like, I get it. I went through the stage of being in the hospital when my brother passed away. I get how doctors are. You're not meant to be super empathetic and be crying with me. But, bitch, really? Like, I'm really sitting here telling you, like, this is my last straw. Like, I don't know what I'm meant to do with my life, and you have no solution for me. You're telling me call a number for counselling, but don't tell them that I feel this way, though.
No, that don't make no sense. But you know what it is? I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot to be... I relate to what you're saying, you get what I'm saying? But the best thing you can do is, like, take time out for yourself, from my opinion anyway. Because, I'm not even going to go, I could go into a whole load of things myself. But more so than anything, you have to have time in your own thoughts, but also time to speak to others. I feel like personally, if I didn't have certain people around me that I could even just vent to, I don't even need an outcome from certain people. I just need to be able to speak, you get me?
To just let out your emotions.
Just lay it out, you get me?
I don't really enjoy that, though. And I feel like maybe that's something I need to work on.
You need to work on it, definitely.
Yeah, I don't 100%. Really... like, even me sitting here right now having this conversation with you, normally I would blame, like, alcohol, but I haven't really been drinking. I think I had a tasty drink, but I haven't been drinking. Normally I'll blame it on that, like, oh, yeah, that's the reason why I was vulnerable, but... Like, even sitting here being vulnerable with you right now, I will have nothing to blame it on, and I probably will regret it tomorrow. Like, I will look back and be like, Raj, I really cried on that podcast. Like, I'm a dickhead. I see it as a weakness. Yeah. So I don't want anybody to see me that weak. Yeah. Now the world has, but I mean, I never really want that. So I'm not just going to come and reach out and be like, I feel messed up and vulnerable today, because one, I feel like everybody has their own issues, so I don't want to put my burden on other people. And then also I feel like after me talking for so long and you really ain't got nothing to say to me, it's like I could have just spoke to God about that.
But do you feel like you take other people's burdens on? Like, do people talk to you?
Yeah, people talk to me.
But do they talk to you in a way where they let off their whatever's on them? Yeah,
but I don't take it in, though. No. I don't feel like other people's problems bother me. I don't take it in. I've learned to not do that a long time ago. You can't take other people's problems. Would you give them out advice, though? Yeah, but then I let it go once the phone call or the conversation's over with. Okay. I never take it home with me. Like, that's not really, like... I've worked in customer service for years. I used to work for Chase Bank at one point. Like, when you take in other people's information, they can tell you the saddest thing, but you can't really take it in. And I also know that other people are like that. So that's why I don't like venting. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I want you to take on my problems, but really and truly, it's my problem.
No, 100%.
It's a me problem. So I feel like ultimately writing it down or talking to God is the best option for me.
There you go then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
talking
saying.
to other people don't really work for me. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I
depends who
agree.
you're talking to though. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's true. You're right.
And how you're talking to them, because like I says, if you're talking to someone, and you're expecting an outcome from what you're saying, you're only gonna get madder, innit?
That's what I'm saying.
But if you've got someone you can talk to, and it's just literally I need to get that out. Maybe, but writing it down, them things as well.
Right, that
I had
kind
a
of
man
helps
in here earlier as well. It's like today, everyone wants to cry.
He was crying?
Yeah.
Counselors, giving you the counselor today. Yo, he was crying?
Yeah, it's I'm saying, like, Mad Life book.
Oh, okay, let me see the book. He only left you one copy?
Yeah, but I can get an next one if you want to take that.
I want to read it.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah, I'm
going to
read it. Owen Williams, okay.
See how the dots you know what's funny? See, yes, I'm connecting the dots again because my man started talking about Black Pound. I said, yo, I just had Warren on a podcast as well. You get what I'm saying?
And then now me talking then this. Okay, I'm taking your book, Owen. I'm going to read it.
But you know what? We're going to leave it on that note. And obviously, we're going to have another one of these conversations whenever you're ready.
Sure,
obviously, you know where I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
come back down after I miss my
I'm
train
glad that you
today.
come down and even just shown this side. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I feel like it was important because I feel like I say a lot of crazy shit sometimes. Not that crazy, but I feel like I say things that are definitely different from here. Obviously, we're in London, we're in England, Birmingham. We're in Birmingham. But we're in England and people perceive things very different. I still kind of have like the American way of thinking to certain aspects, and I'm not going to change that. And the accent. Yeah. You know, it's wishy-washy. People cuss it. They don't know. They say, I don't know where I'm from, but I don't. I'm a resident and a citizen here. But I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, I wanted them to see a different side of me, for sure. And so they saw that. They saw me cry, so people could talk shit now.
I feel like it's in a different side of me as well, because I was listening as well.
You was.
I was listening.
You was really listening to me. Yeah. But I feel like it's because you didn't know what to do. You kept drinking your water like this bitch really crying in front of me.
No. Sometimes you gotta let people talk, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, and sometimes I don't let people talk. You get what I'm saying? But obviously it's just...
I feel like you let people talk. What, are you going off comments?
Nah, like, not even comments, just in life conversations that I've had, or a lot of people like to say that I think I'm right all the time, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is anyway.
Well, you're growing, you're learning.
Trying, man.
That's the most important thing. As long as you've identified it and you've seen it's a problem and you're fixing it, I love that. You're fixing yourself. I'm happy for you. God bless you. You're gonna evolve into everything that you want in life.
Hopefully. But Lynn, thank you for coming.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah. What you said? What's wrong with your